Live onboard video from Expedition 28 crew get ready to open up the hatches between the station and Space Shuttle Atlantis. The crew is going through the process of opening up all the different hatches. The pressurized mating adapter number 2 hatch has been opened. But our official hatch opening time will occur once the final hatch is open.
How's it going, Ron?
It's going good. We're expecting some house guests.
Shadin. All right.
You're Shadin, okay. What else? It's very...
I can't think of anything real exciting. How did it look from your perspective?
RPM look good. Oh, man. Got some awesome pictures. You were right over the Bahamas or something, or the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Douglas!
Good. Honey.
Hey.
How are you, my friend?
How you doing?
Good. Glad to be here. Hey, look.
Hey.
Wow, look at that. Ooh, look at you. A fancy light.
Ours is bigger.
Yeah, that's a fancy light.
Ours is, mine's not. Should I film this? We should film this. Yeah. Filming us. You guys ready to work hard? Oh, wait a second. You have been working hard.
We don't know if the video is going to work between the shuttle and the station. We've been testing it for the last 48 hours, and
Really?
it hasn't been successful. So,
You mean just your wireless between...
no, to ship your views to us, and actually, and vice versa.
Channel 71 and Channel 72?
Yeah, we're still working it.
How about the hard line through the
Bipsmo?
Bipsamo block?
Yeah, no, the Bob's not. We're not getting any video through the breakout box yet. So, we'll try. I mean, we've got
the 2 PGSCs that you guys have set up to transmit that stuff.
yeah.
But you still have the internal Channel 71, Channel 72.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is to get to the SSCs and the cupola.
Right, the SSCs.
Yeah.
Chuck's
Right.
consternating over that.
That's not good.
How are we going to do the...
Okay. Hushly.
Okay. Thank you. What? We're going to adapt this one.
Oh, yes.
It's good to be home on station. How's everybody?
Командир, вперед!
All right.
Командир пошел!
Big Russian hug.
Командир пошел!
Big Russian hug. How you doing, guys?
Good to see you.
It's great to see you.
Oh,
Hey, Sergey, how are you?
I'm good. How
Good
are
to see you.
Good to see you.
Oh my goodness, my long-lost Japanese friend. How you, bud?
Good, man.
Wow. Sight for sore eyes. Sight for sore eyes.
Give me some love.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you guys.
Hey, Doug.
Chuckster.
Hey, Mike.
Fine, thank you.
Oh.
Good to see you. Great to be here.
Finally meeting on board the ISS. 3 years later.
Sandy simply couldn't wait to get over here.
I know, it's like being home.
Oh,
except
it is.
It's bigger than when it was here before.
Hey, there's the Hurley Nyberg wing of the space station.
Yeah, that's it.
So, did you guys smell the shuttle when the hatch opened? You didn't smell it? That means we're keeping it clean.
We smell chunky.
Do you smell us?
When we equalized, you know, we gave you a lot of our air. Some of it didn't smell too good. Sorry.
Just
Oh, hey, you guys got a lot of work lights up here.
Can we get a guided tour?
Так, вперед, да? How much time we have?
I think we're behind right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Андрей,
as
давай,
little time
начнем.
as possible. Quick safety brief.
All this
Мы можем здесь начать, Андрей, прям.
Mike.
Да. Safety briefing. Но мы уже опаздываем, поэтому по-бырому, да.
Hey, Sandy.
Where's the touch?
Very good, thank you.
Wow. Expedition 28 Commander Andrei Borisenko is going to have a quick safety briefing with the crew of Atlantis. This is standard protocol anytime a shuttle docks with the station. Even though Sandy, Magnus, and the rest of the crew have been on board the station before, they have to get an update on the procedures in the unlikely event that there's an emergency on board. Also also get familiar with the location of everything on board the station as well. So Expedition 28 Commander Borisenko will take care of this over the next several minutes, and then we'll continue to follow along as the crews say hello to one another. And then they will step into these robotics operations with the orbiter boom sensor system survey attachment handoff that's going to occur. The robotics officer here inside Mission Control is confirming that Atlantis' robotic arm is in motion. You see it there at the bottom center of the screen. So once again, what's going to happen is that the station's robotic arm is going to reach out and grab onto the orbiter boom sensor system, which is on the right-hand side of Atlantis' payload bay. It will grab onto that, lift it up out of the payload bay itself, spin it around, and hand it off to Atlantis' arm.
For Sandy, we would suggest for the CWCs that you'd like to move, they can go to PMM, starboard 4, rack front, and we would like to get the serial numbers off those CWCs.
Okay, do you want them on starboard 4, and I'll calm down when I move them?
Copy.
You're also hearing some conversations in the background between Sandy Magnus and the station flight control team. She's getting ready for quite a bit of this transfer work that's going to begin in earnest tomorrow. There's some zero-G stowage racks inside the multipurpose logistics module that is currently inside Atlantis' payload bay.
SRMS procedure. We are at the pre-grapple and handoff position here. Go for OBSS grapple. Copy that. Thanks, Peggy.
So slowly but surely, Ron Guerin and Satoshi Furukawa are driving the station's very long robotic arm toward Atlantis' orbiter boom sensor system attachment that's on the right-hand side of Atlantis' payload bay right now.
Houston, station on the big loop. Satoshi is maneuvering into the grapple envelope.
Copy, Ron. Thanks for the status.
Capture of the BSS is confirmed at 2:04 p.m. Central Time. So the station's arm has a secure connection with Atlantis' orbiter boom sensor system attachment there on the right-hand side of Atlantis' payload bay. The crew will release that OBSS here shortly, lift it up out of the payload bay and turn it around and hand it over to Atlantis' arm. There you see the OBSS being lifted up by the station's arm. Ron Guerin and Satoshi Furukawa are flying that arm right now. They're going to hand it off to Atlantis' arm, which is under the control of the commander of STS-135, Chris Ferguson, and the pilot, Doug Hurley. You can see the station's arm rotating around the OBSS directly above the multi-purpose logistics module sitting inside Atlantis' payload bay. You get a sense of sort of the clearances that the crew is working with here. There on the right-hand side is Atlantis' arm, ready to latch on to the OBSS. You can see the latching point there on the very end. That's where it's going to pick it up. This is sort of a handshake in space between the station's arm and the shuttle's arm. But once Atlantis' arm grapples on to the OBSS, that is when the station crew, Ron Guerin and Satoshi Furukawa, will be given the go to release the station's arm from the end of it. The shuttle's arm is moving toward this target that you see here. This is a view from Atlantis' arm. There are actually some snares in the end of each one of these arms. Those get pulled tight, and that's actually what forms the bond between these two arms. The station's arm is actually so powerful it can actually lift about 250,000 pounds worth of mass up in space, up in orbit, but it's engineered to the point that if it were here on the ground, it actually would have a hard time lifting itself. So it gives you a sense of exactly what these flight controllers and what the crews, how well they have to train to do these robotics operations. They make them look very easy here on TV, but they are anything but.
Hey, station, you have a go for OBSS ungrapple. Station copy.
So as you can see, the station's arm has let go of the OBSS and has backed off quite a ways. The OBSS now being held by Atlantis' arm.
And Atlantis, you have a go to maneuver for MPLM viewing. Atlantis copies. Hey, Houston, for PDRS, we show ourselves complete with the OBIS handoff procedure.
Atlantis, we concur. Good work.
It was all chunky. I just watched over his shoulder.
Well, good work watching then.
This is Mission Control Houston.